over here. We got some canes over here. There go some canes over
Relax
here.
and take notes while I step in, ain't no question. I've been reppin', see my squad ballin', that's a blessing. I'm texting with my homies from that West End Zone crew. Say they taking shots, told me roll through. I told you about that orange and green. We click tight, big bites, we destroy your team. Make the world view our games like a horror scene. Stuff opponents in a can like Goya beans. I mean, representing for the team, let us hit it out. You can't get connected with us, shake your signal. Infamous with that swag, it's original. The copycats could copy that, but we go get some more. No gay, no Seminole. We let it stay, but in this state we is the general. Coral Gables around the world, we don't have a limit. We read that you from the streets to the academics. Get some canes over here. Get some canes over here. Get some canes over here. Throwing U's up, how we do our thing over here. Get some canes over here. Get some canes over here. Get some canes over here. Throwing U's up, how we do our thing over here.
All we do, please, is the hurricanes. You ain't got that work, you can't serve the canes. I know you been watching, we been hurting things. Where that crown at, homie, we them dirty canes. We gon' get that title, what that purdy ring. Gotta turn over chain for every team. Green and orange on my back, get a foreigner's back. I'm scoring while you roaring like a lion getting shot. ¿Qué pasó, papi? Tú no puedes conmigo. Argentino de principio, huracán en mi equipo. Got that passion like Sebastian when I'm rapping, that's a fact. Got that 7-6 jersey for the legend, one sap, yeah.
Get some canes over here. Get some canes over here. Get some canes over here. Throwing U's up, how we do our thing over here. Get some canes over here. Get some canes over here. Get some canes over here. Throwing U's up, how we do our thing over here.
We got some canes over here and we bout that. Solo D and them ballin' boys, yo, we got that. No good chillin' in the cut, hard rock pack. And if you hatin' on them canes, better stack. It's the state of the MIA. The U is back, what them haters gotta say. Them hurricanes, we be ballin' all day. Turn over chain, got the people going crazy.
No whoop whoop, it's the sign, so you know who it is. They counting finest ballin' like the U up in here. Gold teeth, grillin', chillin', Solo D, what it is. We got the turn up chain, gang up in here. Cause it's a UM thing, orange and green is the gear. We coming to you HD, so it's crispy clear. So put them U's in the sky, don't stand and chill. And let them know if they don't know, we got some canes up in here.
Get some canes over here. Get some canes over here. Get some canes over here. Throwing U's up, how we do our thing over here. Get some canes over here. Get some canes over here. Get some canes over here. Throwing U's up, how we do our thing over here.
Canes, we be ballin' all day. Canes, we be ballin' all day. Canes, we be ballin' all day. Them hurricanes, we be ballin' all day.
Who that?
So low, so low, so low, deep. So low, so low, so low, deep.
Welcome to Coach Hayes Football Live. He can talk about anything from high school to the pros. This guy knows the game, so you better not be half-stepping.
I can guarantee you most of the audience is going to agree with me before they agree with you.
Strap in, because Coach Hayes is about to
Crack your cranium and fertilize your brain. Go ahead and right here, right now.
subscribe now and check out CoachHayesFootball.com.
What's up? What's up? What's up, Canes? We in the building. We doing the post game or two. We jump straight on right after the show. Right after the game. We got 131, 133 in the chat. Let me do my housekeeping first, man.
No, we don't need no housekeeping, dog.
I gotta take care of my sponsors.
Oh yeah, my bad. Tabio. Hey, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna
take care of my sponsors first, cuz.
Quick. Hey, Coach. Hey, Alex Tabio, we love you. Hey, I'm taking it from here. That's how hot I am right now. I'm talking about hot like that fire from that chopper. I'm taking it from Alex Tabio is the sponsor of Coach Hayes Show. If you need your home loan, give it to my brother Alex Tabio. I never met him. but he seemed like he a good dude. Coach tell me every loan, HOA, whatever you want, HELOC, whatever you want, Alex Tabio got it. Let's go, Coach.
All right. Also, man, big shout out to Solo D, Alex Tabio, 305-205-1697. Hit him up. All this information is in the description. All right. First question. One word answer. How you feel about the game?
Competitive.
One word. My one word is, I just had on the tip of my tongue. My one word is unfortunate. Unfortunate. Very unfortunate. So with that being said, you fired up. Go ahead and get it off your chest, because apparently. Do you want smoke?
All right. Let me just.
Let's get it.
Let's
do this thing.
Let me just say this. I agree. Unfortunate. However, we got a freshman quarterback. You always got to have, Coach, you know this, in 2-minute drill, 4-5 plays that you run. Why in the world are we throwing a quick slant? We want safe to the outside with the time running out with no timeouts, Coach. You say it's unfortunate, but again, it comes down to how you execute the game. We need 5 down and outs, 2 down and outs to the sideline. We live to see another play. Why are we throwing the ball over the middle when we know all game the ball's been batted and Van Dyke hasn't gotten a chance to get it over the defensive line? It's unfortunate. I agree. But again, it goes down to coaching and execution. And we always fail when it comes to execution when we have the ball game in our hands.
Yeah, I agree, right? So just quick synopsis, man. First half, it looked a little nervous. It looked unsettling. I think TVD settled down. Again, this is second start. I'm not here to make excuses. We got 226 in the chat. Appreciate you. But here's what I say about it. I understand. I saw somebody put the fight in. I get it. But here's what I'm upset about is that we are still in the conversations of mediocrity, right? Meaning we are still fighting with teams that shouldn't even be on the field with us, not because we're the Miami Hurricanes, but because of the talent the Miami Hurricanes have. That's what I want to be clear about. Not because we put a U on the side of our helmet. It's because who's inside that helmet. Bro, we still got talent. We got bunches of talent. And whoever that commentator was in that game, I love that cat. Please, somebody put his name in there. I want to tweet that dude directly or whatever, because he kept it real 100%. He told the coaches like it was, he told players like it was, and he told referees like it was. You understand? That's that. I'm going to say this. I still think it's coaching when it comes down to this, but I'm going to go on the latter piece of this first and say players. Players have to make these tackles, bro.
Yes.
This is on the players. That's not on coaches. You are in position to make the tackles. I don't know. I guarantee they're not doing arm, shoulder shrugs. Now, the coaches need to rectify that and be on their behind. But at the end of the day, you've seen James Williams do it. You've seen Amari Carter do it. I've seen quite a few cats doing it. You showed it. No, Sam Howell ain't no little dude. He bounced off that and keep going. Now, I'm going to say this on the flip side about the game. I don't think that, because here's what I don't like. I understand you protecting players. But the Sam Howell penalty against James Williams when he slung him down, you're in the middle of that tackle. You don't know if he still has that ball or not. If he has that ball, that's a legitimate tackle. He was in the action of throwing it. It's not like he threw it, came in there, blah, blah, blah. He was in act of throwing it and in the second penalty with 91, I forgot the forward, I believe it was, he got on his back. Bro, he was in act. I love that commentator. He was giving it to him blood raw. Now I got the players out the way, right? I didn't see a lot of drop balls. I seen TVD skip some low, made harder catches. They should still be caught, but they were a lot harder catches. I didn't see straight up. I'm very impressed with Mike Harley now. I put in a group chat I'm in about this dude. I don't think he's dropped one TVD pass since TVD has been the quarterback. This dude catching stuff unbelievable now. Body control, the corner route last week or the week before. This catch he caught on the sideline. He's done a lot of good things. I'm going back to this again. Our running game, bro. I swear, and somebody put in the group chat, our offensive linemen are too slow to pull. Our offensive linemen are way athletic in North Carolina, and they did it. Our stuff is so vanilla. And back to that commentator, he even said, clear as day, you did no kind of rub route, nothing. You just did a 5-yard hitch, turn around, curl, whatever. No kind of rubs to make it easier. That's being creative. That's being innovative in your play calling from an offensive standpoint, right? You can't just line up and play these guys. These are college players. They are very good. They're Division I players too. And if I have to say in the ACC, maybe UNC may be on par with us being second. I don't know where they fell on that list, but being second with the talent pool that they have. They got some very good players over there, bro. But they're also well coached. But I know this. I know they're a better coach than us. They have some good players, but we still have more, and we're in the dogfight. Number 11 has 10 catches in the first half. Now again, the second half, we make an adjustment. But there's no rule in football. You have to wait till the second half to make an adjustment. We left downs wide open all night long. First half, 10 catches, 93 yards, I think. Second half, 1 catch, 4 yards. But all I'm trying to get off my chest is for people that still think, yeah, Manny may have saved his job for another week, but he's gone. If you're going to continue to see this over and over and over, we're not going to get better. We're not. But one thing I do say, I did see fight in the players. But that's what it should be, man. I'm kind of done with my rant. Go ahead. I know the chat. I'm going to pop something. It's hard for me to do my talk and then go through the chat. So are you saying what you got to say, V12? Go ahead, man. Matter of fact, before you do that, let me give a big shout out. Big Wig Cleaning 499. I appreciate it. He says, I'm not upset with the last play call. Things happen. We should never been in that situation against mediocre team. Boom. That just proved my point. And again, I'm not mad at it. What I can say is, to allude to what you said, V12, was throw off sideline throws so they don't get batted down. It's complete or incomplete, right? You had to get the first down on the last one because it stops the clock. You get a reset of downs. If you get stopped on a run, the clock continues to run. You don't have time to run the field goal unit on the field, and you have no more timeouts. So that scenario, I understand what he was doing, right? Again, who can say that they're going to get batted down and intercepted? But even if it was batted down, that was a plus for us because it stops the clock. I mean, that's why I say unfortunate. That was my word, unfortunate. Out of all things could have happened, out of all the balls that was batted down, that one gets picked off.
Man, listen, there's an ebb and flow in certain games. There's the ebbs and flows with certain teams. For example, in the NFL, Dolphins the same way. It almost seems we have bad luck at the most inopportune time. Same thing happens with UM. You see how the game was going. We have to fight. We put ourselves in the hole. We're not that type of team. That's not our identity at all. We have guys who are missing tackles that are basic fundamental tackles. How ain't small, but he ain't big either. He ain't supposed to be bouncing off tackles. There's one, I think number 11, on one play, he hit Howell and he almost scored, flag. He didn't even try to, he hit him with a, what is that?
Amari called the same way. Yeah.
But here's my question, coach, and to the fans' dismay. That's lazy. See, what's going on is we have to, let's say what it is. That's a lazy play, coach. That's laziness. Why is that player still on the field? I don't understand for the life of me. So, yeah, we had some fight. I understand that. I appreciate that. I talk about effort, and we gave that tonight. But fundamentally, we are a long way off. And first of all, we don't have the type of offense to compete in a sense. So if our defense is getting blown out, although they tried, and our offense has to always catch up. Again, we always spotted them 14 points before we even get on the football field. And so for me, it's baffling. It's baffling that we cannot close the game out. Simple as that. We're in position. Although all said and done, missed tackles, all that, we're in a position to win the game. To quote the brother Herm Edwards, we play to win the game. And we haven't done that. And for that, Manny will be gone. Because The players did play. The young players stepped up. And I will say this about Tyler Van Dyke. He started slow, but I do believe he's going to get better. And I like what he's doing thus far. He's a freshman guy, so we'll see.
Right. So here's what I'm saying too. Right, it's his second start. Not making an excuse, but that's the reality of it. But what he has to do is shake that off. Okay, you've been out there, you've been hit, you've been tackled, you're doing what you got to do. You were there last year, right? So you're not straight out of high school with this deal, right? And you got thrown into the fire like Varsity Blues. Okay, at the end of the day, it's North Carolina. You got to play ball, right? That's why you say you want to start. As the good book say, be careful what you ask for because he'll give it to you, and he gave it to you. Now you don't even have competition of losing it. So be careful when you get on your knees at night. Be careful what you ask for because he will give it to you. So now this is TVD's team until the end of this season, pretty much, because Jake is out there on the boot. King is gone for the season. You got nobody left but Matoka and I forget the other guy's name. I hate jacking up names. I hate doing that. But Shirt, however you pronounce it, I apologize. But anyway, he's got to now step up in these games, man, and deliver the rock. He has to. I'm looking at the box score right here. We put up a total of 421 yards. They had 382. Pretty even. We had 264 passing yards. They had 154. We had 157 rushing. They had 228. Pretty even. 5.3 yards of play for us, 5.2 yards of play for them. So it worked out to be a pretty even game. But now when you get into these games, it comes down to coaching. It comes down to coaching. And I have to say this. I will say this. I thought Red Lashley did a good job in that last series. But where is that the earlier parts? That's what I'm trying to say. Where are these type of deals earlier? Let's not paint ourselves into a corner and try to find a way out of it. Let's get this thing rolling. I still think there's a lack of creativity when it comes to our play calling. And I'm not big on criticizing coaches because I am one of them and I understand. But I've been saying this from the beginning. From the beginning, we do not outnumber when it comes to point of attack. Somebody said they were too slow. Well, apparently they ain't too strong either because we getting pushed back. It's too much movement. It's too much movement. You understand? And those are the type of things that I'm saying. I agree. Rooster needs to be more part of this as well, right? He has a different dynamic than Cam Harris. He is a different back. He is the lightning to the thunder. I've always said that. I said Cam is the thunder, Knighton is the lightning, and Chaney is a combination of both. So, but why are we still running the same plays with two different characteristics of running back, but we're running the same identical plays? That doesn't make sense. That's like trying to push Shaquille O'Neal at the point guard. That's not what he does well. Do the things that they do well. If you understand where I'm coming from. Let me say this, man. I'm hot right now. Jay Miller, $5. Appreciate you. Can't start a race in neutral and expect to win the race. Hey, man. Appreciate it. Just said what I said basically in one line. Just said what I had to say in one line. I'm going to tell you what I'm hurt for, too. I'm going to tell you what else is unfortunate. It's unfortunate, not that we didn't win the game, V12. It's unfortunate for these players. It is unfortunate for these players, and not just the Hurricane players. This is across college football, that you put your trust into man, which you have to. And they look at you as employee number 6, 7, 12, 15, 38, whatever your jersey number is. That's why I tell y'all all the time, F that family crap. We like family. You wouldn't put your son in harm's way. So why in the world would you do this? If I don't know, go ask somebody. And that's what pisses me off, dog. We're not giving our kids. If we weren't talented and we fought like that, boy, I'd be singing Manny Diaz praises. I'd be singing Red Lashley's praises. I would be. But we have the talent. You can't tell me we don't have the talent, dog. You got to get the talent to perform. Whoever you think the best singer in the world is, they even still got a vocal coach. You understand where I'm coming from? NFL players are elite of elite athletes, and they still have a coach to help and teach them and make them better. That's all I'm saying, bro. It's unfortunate for these shorties, and we want them to stay at the U. It ain't like we losing games, dog, to equal or better talent. That's my issue. I'm not gonna bring up Alabama because they are better talent, better overall. You fought a good fight. Maybe it could have been better. Man, out the window. App State, Michigan State. Bro, here's the funny thing. I'm looking at Michigan State game. They playing Indiana, boo-boo, and they win by 5. I'm looking at Vanderbilt. South Carolina may not be that great, but Vanderbilt, the bottom of the bottom, and they beating South Carolina. This is what I'm saying. When you compare the University of, let me back up so I'm not screaming in the thing. When you compare the University of Miami to other programs of what they're doing, Vanderbilt is not great. But they competed and beat South Carolina, which still may not be great, but I don't know if they won. Y'all, somebody let me know if they won. But they were winning 17-14, and they were a write-off. I think they were 14, 15-point underdogs, bro. And we play South Carolina, we get our heads smashed right now. And I'm scared of the schedule, V12.
Yeah.
Look at that. I'm sorry. South Carolina won by 1 point.
Yeah. I don't know where you go from here. I don't know where we go. There's no way, and no Canes fan that we could have ever imagined that we'll be in this predicament at this time of the season. There's no way. And I saw a comment. Someone said, why are we always in a dogfight? And to your point, because that's who we are. That's who we've been coached to be.
No, that's who our coaches are.
Their coaches are.
That's who our players are. Because I see them boys fight, B12.
That's what I agree with that. I say, yeah, that's who the coaches have coached us to be. That's what I'm saying. That's my point. That's the mediocrity, it seems, that the coaches have put on this team with individuals who can't, at the basic, make tackles and make the necessary plays that we need to be a productive and winning football team.
Man, look at all that sound good, dog. I'm hot right now.
I told you, listen.
All I'm trying to say is, I know where this goes, right? The young man, the Manny Diaz gets fired. I get that. But I'm back to these players. We're not giving these players the best. And when I say we, I'm speaking from a coach's standpoint in the coaching fraternity. We ain't giving our players the best. If you out there with Po Lil Timmy and them, and you fighting yo every day, I get it. They just said we ranked number 2 in the ACC with talent, dog. That means we got more talent than UNC.
Well,
it's killing me.
I told you in the pregame. You know, Mac Brown had the formula. Howell felt confident the entire game. This man felt confident. He did it last year, and there's no fear. There's no fear from the U anymore. That mystique and that fear is long gone, and people look at us like we are the bottom tier team, or we're the Division II school. I kind of
like we Vanderbilt, dog. I feel like we the Vanderbilt as they are to SEC. We are to the AC. Y'all remember those SAT? Bird is the cage, as dog is the house. Vanderbilt is the SEC, as UM is to ACC. That's how I feel, dog. Like, people talking about we might beat Duke. The question is, the key word in that whole sentence is might. It's Duke, dog. And it's year in and year out with this stuff that we're not getting guys. We're not giving these players an opportunity to be the best that they can be. You're going to tell me, dog, you can't tell me, dog, we don't have better players, bro. I refuse to believe that. I don't even care about stars. F the stars. I'm looking on the field.
But guess what, Coach?
Thing is, they showcase their top talent in number 11. They showcase him. They make sure we find a way to get on the ball. How do we do that? We motion him. We bring him across, put him in different formations. He's the number 3 receiver this time. Sometimes he's over here. He's in the slot. He comes around. He does. In number 11 is a little dude too. And what I'm saying, you found ways to get him the ball so he can do that. You have to do that with a cat in Rooster. You have to. Keyshawn Smith, he balling to me, bro. And we put the other tight end out there before we put Mallory out there. I don't even know the cat name, number 18 or 19. We put him out there before Arroyo. I said Mallory, but before Arroyo get out there. Come on, cuz. Y'all sleep. Y'all sleep right now. Look at that. I just said that. I know that we didn't use any motion to help TVD determine coverages. Exactly. I've always said that. Way back when I talked about James Williams, and I have to say this, to the credit is, they've not put James Williams in a situation where he's had to cover. He's basically becoming a deep linebacker, right? Fine. But offenses are creative enough to find out what you're in, what you're doing. We don't do that. We just line up. There's no motion. There's no movement. There's nothing to help the situation. Nothing, dog. Say we motion, it just didn't work. I get all that. Yeah, there was some here and there. But what I'm talking about formationally, bro, our formations are very basic. Very basic formations. And again, when it comes to the running game, here's what amazes me. Go back and look at the condensed version. Go look at the film. The only time we pull the offensive guard is when we run the what?
What play is that?
What play do we run when we pull the offensive guard? Put it in chat. I give you 10 seconds. Put it in chat. Name the play when we pull the offensive lineman. Anybody? Inside zone? Nope, that's not inside zone if you're pulling somebody. RPO? Screen? Outside zone? Nope. Not outside zone if you're pulling somebody. Dive? Definitely not. Only time we do is when we throw a pass. We're trying to do what they call influence blocking. Influence blocking is when you pull a guard so you can move the linebacker out the way so you can throw it in that area. Well, guess what, bro? We don't ever pull a guard. So who are you influencing if we don't pull anybody on any of our run plays? You understand what I'm saying? If I'm a boxer and I never throw my right hand, never throw it. I only throw my left. But you know when I fake with the little right, and I'm definitely coming with an uppercut every time. This don't phase nobody because you never throw it. You never use it. The flea flicker, we pull the dude, the block. On a flea flicker, it's a pass. I'm telling y'all, dog, football ain't that hard, bro. We get caught up in these X and O's, you better get caught up in Jimmy's and Joe's. I can tell you that right now. It's about players. It ain't about no playbook. Those plays on them playbooks, that's 2D. That's theory. Reality is dudes in helmets making plays. They pull on one running play. Well, you better show me. I must have blinked because I ain't see it, Derek. And you pulled on one running play. How many running plays we had? Tell me where it is. First play of the game, we pull. Yeah, but what was the first play of the game, D? Flea flicker, a pass. Next. Let me give a big shout out right here. I know I'm going off, man. I'm in here sweating like in church, boy. Big shout out to Norman in the building. He said, I know we have guys who can play basing it on 4 consecutive UNC possessions that went 3 and out, but still there should not be many missed tackles. I agree. That's strictly on the players, dog. I blame the coaches for not clearing it up, rectifying, getting in people behinds in the meetings, whatever it is, because it's continuing to happen. But at the end of the day, you're a football player playing major college football, dog. And it's a quarterback. You should want to drive his A into the ground. You should want to play. You can't hit quarterbacks no other time except game day. You can't hit your own quarterback in practice. You can't hit him in scrimmage. None of that. But on game day, that dude got on a different color jersey. That's your opportunity to tear his head off.
Yeah, coach.
I'm just saying, bro. So go ahead, man. I know you got to. I know you got to do it, man. You got to show it with you. But go ahead, get your last words, man. I'm riding real quick. We got 562 in the chat. I appreciate y'all. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Let's get this thing running.
Yeah, I just wanted to, win, lose, I'm here. It's just, I'm just, we got to find a solution. We got to find a solution quick, coach. Because at the end of the day, I agree. Guess what happens? If Diaz gets fired or the coaches get fired, they land jobs within, 2-3 weeks, this and that. These kids are kind of stuck in a sense. And it has to be about these young men being able to have a good and decent college career and college experience and be able to know that they were put in the best position to win and not feel as though they left something on the table. So like I said, I want to come in. I got bowling night. I mean, daddy duty calling, man. I had to be off here, but I want to definitely hop on and give my insight, and we'll be at it again next week. We hope we'll see what happens during the week. I do think that the competitiveness of this game has bought Manny some time, although I don't like it. I don't agree with it, but it's a slow bleed out, coach, and we'll see what happens, brother.
Yeah, man. Guess what? I guarantee your son and your daughter make more tackles on them bowling pins than we did today.
And guess what? You're right, because I coach them that way, coach.
I love it. That's what I'm talking about. I love you, man.
Love you, bro.
Tell my niece and nephew I say what's up.
I will, man. Let me go ahead.
Roll that strike for me, man.
Hey, we got to do it, man. Hey, we about to get it popping. You know what I mean? So I appreciate y'all. Hey, fans. Hey, listen. We still fans. We still you till we die. I understand the frustration, but we gonna get it right. We gonna get it right. It may not happen this season. We gonna get it right though. I'll holler at you, bro.
Sure enough, man.
All right, take it easy.
All day.
All right,
so my thing is, I appreciate you. 545 in the chat, all day and day. May the force be with you. Anyway, with 545 in the chat, man, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Let me know. Time is already up on the game, as you see there. All right, real quick, 20,000 subscribers by 2022. 543 people. I know maybe a lot of people that's already in subscribe. Do me a favor. Hit the button. It's free. It costs you absolutely nothing. Here's my deal. Rooster showed up today. He sure did show up today. He showed up today. But we have to know how to showcase guys. You understand what I'm saying? We got to learn how to showcase guys. And I'm going to say this. James Williams, I love the way he played. Now, I know some people be like, well, coach, you said he's defense end. I still feel when you want to chase the money with the athleticism he has, but at the end of the day, the question still has not been answered for me about man coverage. But I want to say that to say this. I like the way he played, but they're going to have to get him under wraps. Unfortunately, the game can't be played you can't be jaw jacking and all that. That's just the way it is today. You know what I mean? You can't do that. The referee's sensitive, man. They Ralph Tresvant out here. All I'm saying is I love the way he plays, but bro, he actually had more yards and penalties than Cam Harris had on the field. Make that make sense. Do your thing, make it happen, but dog, you got to be smart, right? Now, again, the field goal, he got bumped into it, not his fault. I understand what it's all. You can't slam the quarterback down. But again, if you're in the midst of making a tackle, you don't know if that guy threw that ball or not. What if you let up and let him go? Then it's going to be like, you got, man, look here. So for now, and then if you keep driving him and he fight up, guess what they're going to say? Late penalty. So some of that stuff was, But the ref made up for it because we was actually short when Keyshawn Smith caught that ball. We were short of the line of the first down. I can tell you that straight up. Straight up. You understand? Exactly. McLeod's penalty, BS, bro. And I love the commentator. Back to the commentator, what he said. The commentator said, what do you want him to do? I love that dude. Most commentators don't speak out against them guys. Most commentators won't speak out. He spoke out. But let's get into this part of this. I know you guys are hot. I'm in here by myself right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and open up the phone line. I want y'all to get it off your chest. I want to hear what you guys got to say, what you feel, what's your thing. But the very first question, I mean, I even have to ask it is, I want a one-word answer about this game. That's all I want. And then you can speak your piece about however you feel about the game or whatever the case may be. I'm hot, dog. And I'm hot. You know why I'm hot? I'm hot because we are back into a shootout, into a game. We are into a game with a team we ain't supposed to be in a game with. That's bananas to me. Again, I told y'all earlier in the chat, I can't wrap my head around some of the questions. Like when I did pregame, I was flustered. I was lost because before you ask these questions, you kind of think about it. And I'm getting ready to say out my mouth, do we have a chance to beat North Carolina? Like I was going to ask that question, and it blew my mind. It blew my mind. So real quick, also the Cash App is down there. If you'd like to do that as well, you're more than welcome. I appreciate it. Like I said, at least we get 100% of that out of Cash App. YouTube, they bang ahead and take 30% of it. I already know who this is right here. Brother, talk to me, my man. But before you do, hold on real quick. I got a couple of donos I got to get out the way first. So hold on 1 second. Hold on, let me get this out the way. Take care of that. We got to take care of those who take care of me. All right, real quick, big shout out to Chug Mobile, $5. Coach, ever since Lashley has been here, the offense starts slow no matter who the QB is, King or TVD. So it's play calling or players. I say coaching. I agree. Your play starts slow because of how you look at it. But guess what? Last year, everybody was all red. Lashley he's gonna be out of here. He's gonna be a head coach for us over. Trying to tell you. Talk to me, man. 202 area code.
What's up, Coach? This is Jay Blaze.
I'm hot as a firecracker, dog. What's up? What's up with you?
Hey, man. Hey, listen. I love the talent that we got on the kids, with the kids on the team, man. But these coaches, man, listen, it's the coaches. This game screams coaching all day long. The game of football is blocking and tackling. And if you can't tackle, I never seen the quarterback ran up the middle several times and
twice.
If you thumping in practice, you're going to thump in the game. If you tackling in practice, you're going to tackle in the game. If the coach teaching technique, then in practice, and you tackling in practice, then you're going to do it in the game. Coaching. And if they're not doing what you want them to do in the game, then you pull them and put the next man who's going to do the job. That's coaching. That's leadership. I am so mad at Manny Diaz, and I'm very, very mad at Blake James for hiring. We looked at Manny because Manny from Miami.
The crib.
He has passion for UM, but he don't have the understandings. He don't have that leadership. He need to go somewhere else to learn at the head coaching position and then come back. Manny don't have that experience. And we are beyond past the time waiting to start from scratch with a head coach. We need a coach with some leadership that knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing in practice. We need an athletic director that knows who to hire, takes his time and make the right moves, and cares about the football program. That's for real. And in this game, it's now on that last play with Tyler Van Dyke. That ain't had nothing to do with the whole game. You got to look at the whole game in general why we lost this game. I don't care if we competitive. I care about wins and losses. That's what, and the end of the game is wins and losses. When you read the paper the next day, I don't care how much competitiveness you got. You could be 0-16 and every game be competitive, but you're not winning. You got to establish a winning culture, and I believe Manny Diaz don't know how to do that.
Now, real quick, Richard says arm tackling. Damn, it wasn't even arm tackling; it was shoulder shrugging. Real quick, I want to respond to this, but you're 100% right. I want to respond to what Swerve said. Swerve said he said Cam was somebody. I wanted to read that, and I'm gonna tell you why I think it's important. I already broke that down earlier. And again, everybody's entitled to their opinion, but I do want. Here we go. Swerve says, Coach, I thought you said, I guess he called him a fullback. Fullback Cam was the man, but Rooster showed out. Yes, but they are two different styles of runners. But back to what I said earlier, you are giving Cam Harris and Rooster the same plays. They are not the same person. As I used in my analogy, that's like me asking Shaquille O'Neal to play point guard. They're still playing basketball, but you're asking them to play point guard and not center. The Cam Harris is an off tackle. Yeah, he's an off tackle, one cut, gap scheme running back. That's what he is. Rooster has the agility, the ability, the burst, mobility to do outside, inside zone type stuff.
And he can catch out the backfield.
Prime example, when you go look at the goal line stances when we actually use power scheme stuff, when we double team at the point of attack and we people movers. Bro, North Carolina didn't have an answer for that. That's the only time we used it on the 1 yard line.
Right.
Look at Cody Brown. He comes in. We people moving. When we outside, when we zone blocking, we're not people movers. I just wanted to make sure I answered that, man. So I'm sorry.
Lastly, he throws east and west. You know how many times he threw sideways in this game, going east and west instead of going vertically downfield? I mean, what the play calling and on down and distance? Do they understand that? Do they understand down and distance and play calling? Choosing the right plays at the right time, and even have it in the playbook. I mean, come on. I mean, it's just coaching. It's the problem coaching. It's clear as day now, and I hope everybody sees this. I mean, it's sad, and I'm tired of losing.
Yeah,
I'm tired of losing.
And the thing is, we're losing to what I think is inferior opponents. But that's my mind. But my question goes back to this, Blaze, and I'm gonna get some other callers, and I see people calling.
Okay.
Are they inferior to us? The records don't say that. The record don't say that's why I'm in such in such lost state right now, bro. Like in my mind, I'm saying we're better than this, but then the product on the field is not better than this. The opponents we go against ain't better than us.
Listen, the reason why the score was close is because of the talent we have with the young players on the team. But if you had a proper coach that know how to use that talent correctly, then the score would be way different. But that's not the case. North Carolina basketball school, man.
Apparently not in the ACC anymore.
I'm gonna throw it out there.
Apparently not. No, but I'm gonna say this: Mac Brown has done a great job recruiting people. He's got players, right? I still think we have more than they have, but they have players though. So I'm just saying, I agree with you, but it's like Duke, right? When it got Cutcliffe, it started changing because when they got players. Now they don't look that great right now, right? But at the end of the day,
they got a coach that knows talent. They got a coach that recognizes talent.
Yeah. And you know what? Somebody just put it right, doggone it. Y'all move so fast. Where did it go? Right here. You right, bro. We got to face facts, and I'm here to face those facts. Until I see differently is what it is. But I'm also give the facts. And the facts is it ain't all the players, dog. We can go here and say what we want to say, but it ain't all the players. Players do hold some responsibility. It's never 100% one side or the other. But I guarantee you this. You got to get somebody in here that knows what's going on, dog. That understands, like my homeboy said, the ebb and flow of the game. You understand how it moves, how it breathes. One thing about football, it's a living, breathing thing as it's playing.
Yeah.
Brother Jay Blaze, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Like I say, man, as always, man, and I thank you for your energy, man, your positivity too. I always meant to tell you that, man. Thank you, man.
Oh yeah, no problem, man. I love our youth fan. I love our fan base. I love our talent on the team. But it's time for new leadership, and I'm talking about start all the way with the AD and the head coach. That's what I'm saying.
Sure enough.
All right,
buddy. All right, man. So I think I cut him off. But anyhow, we're taking we got more calls coming. I see people calling left and right. Call on in. You're more than welcome. We got 571 in the chat. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. Let me know also while we're waiting on that. 20K by 2022. Just hit the button. It costs you nothing. Nothing. Here's my question. And I'm going to tell you why I'm still torn. I know I've been talking a lot of trash, but I am completely torn when I say this. Sometimes in life, you have to put a bullet on a Band-Aid. A Band-Aid on a bullet wound. You have to put a Band-Aid on the bullet wound simply because you got to get to the emergency room. And what am I talking about? I'm simply talking about the firing of Manny Diaz. When does it happen? When do we do it? Okay? I think I missed the dono. Hold on. Y'all be moving fast up in this joint, boy. I got a caller calling in. Hold on. All right, real quick. Hold on, caller for me 1 second. Let me read this dono. Chris Miranda says, 499, appreciate it. Manny was about to cry when he shook Mac Brown's hand. I've been watching this team all my life. We need to get back to thumping and hitting 4-8. I totally agree with that, man. Thank you so much. But real quick, what I was speaking in reference to was the firing of Manny Diaz. If you fire him now, can I say this? You're going to lose the locker room. Been in that situation. I know this is going to sound oxymoronic than a mug. If you fire him, you're going to lose the locker room because we're still competitive. The fact that I said that. We are still competitive. There's still some belief in there from the kids you're holding on. If you fire him now and you bring somebody else up and it doesn't work, and we lose in 28, 25, 30-point blowouts, it's going to be a complete rebuild of this program for whoever the next coach is that's coming in. I can tell you that right now, because you have lost the locker room completely. They may be mad, but these young guys can see the fight. Because remember, you're still trying to keep that Band-Aid on for the young guys. You understand what I'm saying? For the young for the young players, you're still trying to keep that Band-Aid on. Real quick, Swerve 499. Coach, how do you explain a guy in Cam's stats been in the system for 6 years and still can't break a tackle? Okay, I get it. I can't explain it. Hold on, caller. Give me 1 second. Swerve, I necessarily can't say I don't know why I can't say he can't break a tackle because you've been in the system 6 years. But one thing I do know the style of playing which he's running in right now is not for him. I.e., let me give you a prime example. Nobody in the world ever heard of Kenneth Walker from Michigan State. Nobody ever heard of Kenny Walker, the third, mind you. He was at Wake Forest, if I'm not mistaken. The style in which they were running the ball did not fit his style. But look at him now at Michigan State. Look at his play now. Go look at him look at Wake Forest, the way they did the things, and look at how they run the ball here at Michigan State. He leading in the NCAA 10 yards a carry, bro. So that's all I can explain. Now him not missing tackle, breaking tackles, whatever. I can't get into that piece. But I hope that answered your question. Real quick, man. Thank you so much for the dono, and I appreciate it. Manny on suicide watch. Yeah, you about right about that one. Call or talk to us. Give us your name. Where you calling from?
Hi, Coach. This is Cynthia. How you doing?
Hey, Cynthia. How you doing, Miss Wilcox? I'm gonna always get that respect. How you doing?
I am happy. I gave them 40-some points to make. When you play low, they can't win. You all got to pick up y'all spirit because Manny is not it. I told y'all that over and over again. You got players.
We got players,
but
yeah.
You don't have a coach.
I agree. And
you
hopefully by November, we'll figure that out. Hopefully by November.
No, because Manny already lost 4 games. That's how he was supposed to lose. So what you gonna do?
No, what I'm saying by November.
Are you gonna be a 0? No. Or you gonna be a 0, but you need a hero right now because those running backs, the freshmen, you got to play them all the time right now because the seniors are not it. Okay, it's just the truth. Put our freshmen in just like you've been doing, and they the one to come back. I mean, 42 points. Y'all say that it was going to be 27. I've been watching y'all, and y'all need to put y'all spirits up about these players. It's not the players.
I totally agree. Totally agree with that. Now I have to say this, Ms. Wilcox. Hold on, Ms. Wilcox.
Guys sitting back right now want to come to Miami, but you got what? You got a bad spirit. People coming into your chat and want to pour them over to the SEC. You see, they don't want praying on you, but God is still letting you know you relative. And guess what? The NFL still looking at that 42 points.
Exactly. Okay. And so hold on, I'm going to say this, Ms. Wilcox. I totally agree with you. But the players do have some piece to having this by the missed tackles, right? They have that missing blocks and assignment. Those things happen as part of a football game.
What their problem is, they still come from their coach because guess what? They came out of the high school, came onto your program, left high school to get those drills and skills. Who's not teaching them?
Ooh. Hey, hold up. I got to give you one right there. And you know what? You said something huge right there. You said something huge, Ms. Wilcox. I have to be very honest with you. When they recruited them,
past the water, but I'm gonna sit back like I told you. I'm gonna let it ride.
Okay? Let it ride, Ms. Wilcox.
I'm making sure you know that the tree has been shook. So some of the guys are pulling out, decommitting, just waiting because they feel like they're in a jungle right now. And we got Paradise Island. Don't let it be a jungle.
That's
okay?
right.
Because Anthony needs to step in and be the in the middle. Then one more loss, I wouldn't take that chance. And we'd be on Monday morning if it was me. Because your money talk, bullshit walk.
Ooh, well, guess what? Buy some brand new shoes and get it on down the road. I love it, Ms. Wilcox. Appreciate you.
Night.
You too, man.
Bye-bye.
Bye now. Big shout out to Ms. Wilcox, Mother Wilcox. Said you better preach. Hey, she shut me up real quick. Them skills and drills. That's why we got them there at the school. That's why they call you coach. Hashtag coach me, coach. I understand that. We got 552 in the building. She actually brightened my spirit a little bit because I'm hot right now. We got a call on the line. Call or talk to us. Give us your name, where you calling from.
To say Coach Hayes is B from Jacksonville again, man.
What's up with you, man?
You said one word.
Hey, ain't nobody yet followed that yet, but one word. Go ahead.
Detail. I like thereof.
Okay, I like it.
It's called by everybody saying the right thing, but I think some of the people who chat need they got the Manny syndrome. Like they questioning everything you saying about the motion, and they'll say, "Oh, they motion once, or they motion twice." You play 90 snaps of football, man.
Mm-hmm.
Are they talking? Well, you were talking about pulling the lineman. They'll bring up 1 or 2 times they did that. And then you got people questioning and saying, "Well, coach, the coaches don't miss tackles and all," but all that's from the top down. You know what I'm saying? Like when they hear the commentators and people on the TV talking about culture, that's what they're talking about. It's the little stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like it go back to the day. The little stuff that cost them the game against Virginia. The players putting them, like the caller said, I truly believe if these dudes was coached to detail, it'll take a lot of the emotion out the game. You know what I'm saying? Them boys playing like they figure they got to make the play. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that in practice. You know what I'm saying? So they must be praising players, because I'm gonna say this. I said it last week when I called you, Coach. I have not seen 21 make a play yet, a good play. I haven't. I'm talking about so when he in the game, it's either he jogging to the ball, he ain't nowhere where to play at. So somebody say, well, how that affect the game? Because you got playmakers that's on the bench. Yeah, James Williams was emotional today, but he's still a playmaker. He still was round the ball. You see what I'm saying? Like he affected the game, good and bad, but he affected it nonetheless. So when you got players like that, so when they see that in practice, and then you pray, you know what I'm saying, you praising them, that's what they're going for. I'm watching Georgia today. I was watching Georgia back and forth. I see Georgia on the punt return. The dude from Kentucky tackled the dude from Georgia, stand on top of him, got his jock all on his helmet and nudging his head. The dude from Georgia got up, put the ball to the referee and ran to the sideline. I seen it again just now in the Alabama game. Winners, that's the culture. Hey man, don't do nothing, because the only way they can win, only advantage they got is if we give in to them emotionally. We give them free yards. We give them, you know what I'm saying, penalties, change momentum plays, momentum penalties. Like I guarantee you they cannot be. It's a difference between talking about it and emphasizing. You see what I'm saying? We cannot be emphasizing this stuff Monday through Friday in Coral Gables. There's no way, because it's the same stuff. So another thing. So everybody gonna say, well, how Lane throw the ball that good? We stopped him. That's what he did. But they adjusted. Okay,
that's coaching.
Open up but 140-something yards.
That's
but
coaching.
They ain't leaving nobody in the middle.
That's
stop
coaching.
Him from running.
That's coaching.
That's coaching.
That's coaching.
That's coaching. And every third down, I would tell my wife, I'm like, they won't leave nobody in the middle.
Yeah,
they won't have nobody playing. It's easy. The only time they stopped him when he just ran straight into it, he ain't disguised it like a pass. It wasn't a scramble drill, which was the last third down where the fans went to booing. But if they would have, because they can't adjust, and that's the problem. That's why Lashley don't. That's why he don't see people in motion. Because he already preconceived where the ball gonna go, what the play is. Ain't no change in no play. That's why you don't run motion. That's why you ain't pulling, because you don't want to have to adjust. You run them, and then technically they didn't. They ran the motion, but they were waiting to see what the coverage was. The motion was to try to do. That's why I hate this offense, Coach. I hate this offense because it's all about tricking people. The motion was to try to get them to go one way. It wasn't to disguise the defense. It was trying to trick them. And yeah, it put up points. If they talk about, well, Lashley, a second half coach, he can't coach. It ain't that. It's that the defense, it do wear the defense down. It do wear them down in the second half, but you get a team who got depth at each like Alabama. Actually, they work against Alabama because they got depth. You can't not to play them down to the wire. You know what I'm saying? And one more thing, Coach.
Yeah.
As bad as these boys look, I'm just talking to the chat. I'm talking to the chat now. Y'all, come on now. Y'all watch football. Ain't no way in the world Florida State gonna beat Miami. It's just not. It's just not gonna happen. It just Carolina is just like Miami. Carolina is just like Miami. It's questionable coaching, and then they ain't detailed.
Let me ask you something.
So that's why Florida State can do what they do.
Listen, I'll let you talk there a little bit, and I get it. Now this last part, I love my callers. I love you too, dog. But for me, it's a toss-up when it comes to Florida State.
Come on, Coach. You're emotional, Coach.
I'm not emotional. I promise you. No. You know why I'm not emotional? I'm going to tell you why I'm not emotional. I've actually watched Florida State games. I watched them. I watched their games. I'm looking at what they're doing. Right? They make some bad plays. They don't have a lot of players. I'm not saying they're super out-coaching us. But it ain't going to be no definite. I can tell you that unless a lot changed by the time we play them in the next month or so. But if we had to play them next Saturday, I'm telling you right now, if we had to play them next Saturday, I'll be super. I'll be worried. I'll be worried, bro. Trust me. I'm telling you, I'll be worried.
This is why I say that, Coach. When look, the team's beating us in the secondary. Really, they beating us 10 yards and down.
No, they're not. North Carolina just put up 258 yards rushing.
I'm saying no. I'm saying other than the quarterback keepers. I'm talking about what can Florida State do that Carolina can do? Because they ain't looking for the run from Howard. They waiting on that with 13 for Florida State. So, and then the teams that Florida State beat, they do dumb shit. When you put a 3-man down lineman, you playing into Florida State hands.
I tell you like this.
4-5 down linemen, huh?
I'll tell you like this, not to cut y'all, because I got to move to the other caller, but I got another guy in the background. Real quick though, it's a toss-up. I'm not saying we're gonna lose the game, but I'm not confident we're gonna win it. That's all I'm gonna say. As always, bro, I appreciate you. You know I love you, man. Thank you for the support and all of that stuff, man. But let me get out of here. Let me get my man on it.
All right, we beat him by a dub though, cuz. We beat him by a dub at least. All right, Cole. Good to have you, man.
All day, man. All day. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
Listen, man. Coach Hayes' mama so fat. Her address IHOP. Well, y'all know that's funny, boy.
Streeter, I'm gonna say something to you. Like I said in the thing. Footballville mama so stubborn, her nickname was Manny Diaz.
That's something, dog. That's horrible, dog. That's horrible. Listen,
anyway,
man, you been on
already, man. Listen, it time fly. We jump straight on after the game. We don't bathroom nothing. We get it on. Real quick, man. What's your take? You the media expert. You got. I don't know if you had opportunity to do your press conference.
I ain't got no they haven't seen the stats and stuff yet, but bro, listen, bro.
All right. Hold on. One question, guys. Every guest. One word answer about this game. One word.
One word.
One word about this game.
Undisciplined.
Okay. Now talk to us about it. What's your take on it?
Undisciplined. Undisciplined. Listen, every game we could watch and see details, and then we can get it here and we could talk about it. This week it was the tackling. This week they did go for a touchdown. This week at the end of the game. This week we're not wrapping kids up. This week James out here balling out this world, but also James getting 15-yard penalties. It all goes back to the system. Like I said, man, when you got a car and your engine and next one thing your alternator go in and something else go, then your engine got a leak, and then it all goes back to the system and the program and holding people accountable, bro. Holding people accountable and having a coach in place where people are being held accountable, and the system showed you that, hey man, listen, you do X, Y, X, Y, X, Y, Z. Yeah, gotta go. Next man up. It's always going to look different every game. But one thing is for sure. Our offense don't do anything for 2 quarters. And the team is very undisciplined. And when it comes to the fundamentals, dog, we are bad, dog. We are bad. And we got names. James tackling with his shoulder. So we could put names on it so we could talk about James. You understand? But what we can't talk about is what goes Monday through Friday. And what goes on Monday through Friday, because you can't see it. It's unseeable. You can't see what's being taught, what's being allowed. You know what I'm saying? But we can't play. But when James throws his shoulder and misses a tackle, we can say, hey, James missed that tackle. The problem starts at the top, bro. Manny Diaz, I think, was crying, Hayes, when he came in the press conference.
Good.
I think he was crying. He claimed that because he wants to see the players who deserve it to win. Bruh, you got the most talented team in the Coastal, and we was down 34-17 at halftime.
You know what he crying for?
Score a touchdown, dog. Jafari Harvey doesn't score a touchdown. I was about to ask Jafari Harvey, hey, listen, Jafari, did you know you was going both ways today? Because you was the offense in the first quarter, big homie.
Here's my question. Here's my question. And you're 100% right. But when people cry, that's a sign of guilt. That ain't no different than a mama crying because her child don't have the best. You want to know why? Like, say, you know, the maybe the mama. This might be a bad example because I'm gonna offend somebody. Somebody use something else. I don't want to say that.
Say it, dog. You scared?
No, because it ain't scared because I don't want to offend people. Everybody got different things going on in their life, and that ain't what I'm about. I ain't finna do that. He's crying because he want to see the kids succeed, but yet you ain't giving them the right nutrients to grow and be healthy.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? You're not giving them the right thing. So those are tears. Those tears ain't for the players. Those tears are for you. Those are your tears. Because you feel guilty about what you've done or lack of doing. What you haven't done for the player. Here's what I'm saying. I'm telling you, everybody got to be new, right? So I don't knock his newness of being a head coach. What I knock is the stubbornness, like your mama being the head coach. And her nickname is Manny Diaz. My bad, I tried to slip that in there. But what I'm trying to say is, if you're a brand new head coach, you have to go and ask the questions.
Yeah.
If first time doing anything. All right, Streeter, here's a prime example with you. You do investing and stuff, right? And you do those things and you run classes. Well, guess what, bro? I don't know if you claim or not claim being an expert. But when you felt like you learned enough, well, you know what? I could kind of take this show on the road myself.
Yeah.
But then there's still some things on there you don't know. Or will you lead your, I won't call them clients because I don't know what you call them. Would you lead the people who follow you wrong? Or will you call up somebody who does this that has some more experience and say, hey, bro, this new stock came out and there's something about it I don't really understand. Can you help me out? Okay. And then you may call some other people, and then you take that information and you make it your own. Or do you say, oh, I can figure it out. I know what it's all about. And then guess what? All your investors lose everything, but you tell them I got the perfect play for you.
No, but I think that's wisdom, Hayes. I think being able to delegate, I think being able to delegate and being able to actually receive help and allow people around you to help you. I think that's wisdom. I think it's wisdom. And I'm gonna be real with you. I'm gonna be real with you. I've never been a Spanish guy or a white guy in their body amongst people of other colors, of things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how they see us all the time. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how they see us. So I can't speak on that. What I'm saying is it's wisdom. It's wisdom. And we know it's his first time being a head coach. We've heard that T-Rob is saying, hey, listen, man, Manny gonna get all us fired because he's too stubborn. We've heard it in the grapevine. We didn't hear him say it out of his mouth, but
I don't get the other part of it because I get what you're saying, but at the end of the day, guess what? When you in a war, you don't care what color that dude is pulling the trigger next to you. Start shooting, homeboy.
Right?
Start shooting.
I was a Marine. You know, I know.
So
Everybody
get what?
Green. Everybody was green, right? But
exactly.
if you're not trusting the people around you, you can't be a Marine anyway. You can't be a Marine. That's why that's built like that. So if you're not trusting the people around you, you know what I'm saying? You can't be a Marine. What you're saying is correct. I think it goes back to Manny Diaz, the first time head coach. You know what I'm saying?
What's the excuse?
Excuse for what?
You know why I said that's an excuse? I understand.
It's an excuse for what though? It's an excuse to say
when people use. Yeah. I'm gonna say this.
Okay.
When I say excuses, to me, I make that same equation as when they say like a player, that's a rookie mistake, right? Like you see a player do something stupid, like catch the ball, like you catch a kickoff on the 2-yard line and go out of bounds when you should have just let it go. Guess what? That same rule applies in Pop Warner, high school, college, and NFL. What I'm saying, those ain't rookie mistakes if it's in every game. What I'm trying to say is it's the same thing in every sport, in any leadership role. Hell, you got a daddy that was the mayor.
I keep trying to.
What I'm trying to say.
I keep trying to put comments on your show. Trying to pull some.
Oh, what I'm trying to say is your daddy was a mayor. If you want to know how to, I'm saying if you want to know how to delegate something, if you want to know how to do different things, you can take other situations and apply it to your own. All I'm trying to say is when I say excuse about first time head coaching, it's too many resources out there. That's the same excuse since we brought up color. That's the same excuse for us saying we're in the situation we in when we sitting right here. Everybody got this in their pocket. Nothing but information, but yet we still are like we don't know what's going on in life. That's an excuse. And so it's the same thing with him. It's an excuse that you don't know. Now, you may jack it up trying to do it. That's different. But you're trying to do it. And that's the difference.
So what is it you think? You think what? Give me. So you think he knows?
No, there's ego. I've always said this about coaching. Coaching is nothing but ego. I want to be the dude that say I put the patch on my arm and I did this and I did this. I did this. I said way back when Blake James was there. Not Blake James. What's the boy guy named Blake Baker? When Blake Baker was there, he is running Manny Diaz's defense because he came with Manny Diaz when he was running those defenses from La Tech to Texas and all those places. He just gave him the title because you are now the head coach. Just that simple. Well, it ain't working, so I'm gonna put my head on the chopping block. You tell me the defense look any different from this year to last year?
Does it?
No.
You saying result wise, or you saying actually what they're doing on the field?
Scheme, philosophy, all of that. Execution. Does it look the same or does it look different?
That's something I haven't thought about.
I have, and I look at it every Saturday. I look at it every Saturday. It's the same exact thing. Go pull up tapes from last year. They're doing the same thing they did this year. The only thing that changed is the voices that's telling them to do
But
it.
when he fired Baker, I was publicly saying that, listen, he just rolled Baker under the bus. It was his defense from the beginning. like he just rolled him under the bus. I said that publicly. You know what I'm saying? I said that. But why would Manny Diaz need to say that's my defense when you're the fucking head coach?
Because you want to be the guru, Pat Streeter. Can I tell y'all something? Let me tell you something. If people, we were talking about this earlier, and I'm about to get off here in a little bit. People out of their ever living mind. Okay, we were talking about Alabama. They want Pete Golden, I think his name is. Yeah. They want Pete Golden fired. Pete Golden, because they lost the game to Texas A&M.
Yeah, we were talking about this earlier.
It's the same situation as Blake Baker and Manny Diaz. That is not Pete Golden's defense. That is Nick Saban's defense, and Pete Golden is running it. He's his protege. Where did Pete Golden come from? Do you really think, and y'all, let me back up, I know I'm screaming. Do you really think in y'all mind that Nick Saban is going to hire the defensive coordinator from University of Texas San Antonio to come run the number one team in the country's defense with a Sun Belt defense? A Sun Belt defense. No, he got that guy because he's moldable. He's controllable. You can make it. If you ever look at Alabama.
You talking about Baker?
No, I'm talking about Pete Golden, the defensive coordinator.
Oh, you're talking about Nick Saban hire. Okay, gotcha.
The current defensive coordinator at Alabama is from University of Texas San Antonio. That is Sun Belt, Conference USA, whatever it is. Do you really think?
You brought him to rock in the SEC, right?
Do y'all really think that Nick Saban is going to hire with the number one defense in the nation, probably the best team in a decade, going to hire a guy from the Sun Belt? No, he's hiring a guy that doesn't have basically a mind of his own that wants to learn under one of the greats. And that's easy. Right. But if you hold on, I'm gonna flip it. But if you notice, his offensive coaches are who? His offensive coordinators are always head coaches. Mike Loxley, Sarkisian, Lane Kiffin. These guys have their own. That is their offenses. He stays with the defense. Of course, he may dabble in the offense, but they come in with their identity. And that's why they're constantly changing. Bill O'Brien, he offensive guy, head coach. Right. That's the formula.
Yeah, right. Battle Dad told me that the system doesn't change. Like the system doesn't change when he brings a guy in at Alabama. You know what I'm saying? Like he's like it's successful. It doesn't change. There may be variations and shit. You know what I'm saying? But it doesn't change. It's too successful. Bro, listen. All I could go back to is inexperience. If his ego is finna get him fired, you know what I'm saying? So we can say Al Golden not want to fire his homeboy ego, or ego got him fired, or maybe it's just there's some coaching things that maybe there's a coaching. Listen, man, we finna go in here, we finna get this money, and we gonna go down together. You get hired somewhere else, have my back. You know what I'm saying? Have my back, because it seems like their allegiance is to each other. You know what I'm saying? It's not to the program. Right.
Bro, look at the last 3 hires. Al Golden gets fired because he wouldn't fire who? D'Onofrio.
Yeah. Mark Richt, right?
Mark Richt gets fired because he wouldn't fire who? His son.
His son.
Eddie Diaz is about to get fired because he won't fire himself.
That is hilarious.
He won't. He won't fire himself.
Man, asking everybody around him, but won't ask himself.
Ask yourself. That's the very first question. The first person you got to ask. Look in the mirror.
He won't ask himself. Asking everybody around him, but won't ask himself, and let himself just become a head coach and let that thing go to somebody else. Bro, listen, man. It doesn't. The confusing part is that the offense isn't helping anybody. So who knows what Manny is thinking? You know what I'm saying? The offense starts. Man, Tyler Van Dyke had like 24 passing yards in the second quarter at one point in time. Fool. It's not helping anybody. But you need to go take some blood pressure medicine, man. It's gonna be all right.
I'm hot, dog.
Woosah, dog.
Ain't no woosah, dog.
Woosah.
Ain't no woosah, dog. I'm gonna tell you why I'm hot. I'm hot about the Miami Hurricanes. Listen, I'm hot about the Miami Hurricanes, but I'm heated about these players. I'm heated because these players are getting shafted, dog.
Yeah.
That's what I'm hot because we lost. Yeah, I'm hot because we lost. Yeah. But I'm heated because we got good guys who have trusted this institution, trusted this fan base, trusted everything, and decided I'm gonna come here. And look at this. I be saying this all the time, dog. We want players to come here, but why would I go into a house that's gonna slap me around and treat me like this? Like, why would I want to live there? Why would I want to stay there when you're not giving me the best opportunity to be successful? And then here go the flip side. I think it was that, what's the dude named Cam, what's the cat that built? Underwood. He said something that was really big. This whole seniority thing where the players, by seniority, this, that, and the other, woo. See, this is when this is where you got to be careful what you say. That dude, Manny Diaz, 47 years old. He been doing this for a long time, at least in his 20s.
Right.
When you make promises, you better keep them. So if you're going to go with that seniority thing, like he said, it's seniority. Now all of a sudden his head on the chopping block, we're going to play the best player. So what about that kid that was a freshman that waited for his seniority? Now he became a sophomore. Boy, I'm a year away. Now I'm a junior. Boy, I'm almost there. Here go my senior year. Now we're going to play the best players. You lied to me, dog. You lied to me. Because you told me to be patient. My time is coming. I.e. Brooks. Look at Brooks. How long Brooks been on that team? It don't matter. It don't matter.
But I think the example is Steve. He's loyal. It seems like they're loyal to Steve because Steve has stuck it out. He's gotten hurt. Steve look like he's been there 8 years. And Steve getting all the burn. I can't say he's doing anything out there, but he's getting all the burn. You feel me? Brooks. All I'm
saying is, bro, is that we want to tell these kids. That's why I said you lose credibility. You lose credibility when you make open-ended statements like that, and now you can't back them up. It's like your kids. If you tell your kids you're going to whip their behind, you better whip their behind. Because if you don't whip their behind, they're going to keep trying you. And they're going to keep trying you. And then guess what happens? That one day you're going to snap and you're going to tear their head off. And now you're down there at DCL. Because now you done lost control of your kid. Because they don't your words mean nothing. You say you're going to do it, do it. If you say you're going to take your kid to the park to play, well, you better take them to the park to play. Because that's what they're expecting.
Right.
That's all I'm saying. When you say something.
Sam Brooks dad, yeah. You saw in the group. I text Sam Brooks dad during the game. Have you gotten in yet? No. And I'm going to tell y'all what I told him. Hey, man, don't let these people play with you, man. Don't let these people lull you to sleep with all this back and forth talk. Hey, we going to bring him back slow. Then next thing you know, he a junior. He a senior. Man, you got to do what's best for your child, man. Because I know Sam Brooks better than 44. But this is what I want to talk about. Hey, this is what I want to talk about. Woosah, man. Let's take a sip of that.
Hold on, real quick. Let me get this donation out right quick. Big shout out to Chris Miranda, $4.99 coach. Maybe we should go get some of these NFL coaches who got blackballed by the NFL, like Lovie Smith or Chuck Pagano or something. Someone with the experience. Yeah, I'm gonna get. I don't want to spill my beans about who I want to go and coach. I think I'm gonna do a show about who I think my coaching picks are. I know me and Hosam kind of joked around a little bit. We ain't worked it out, but we better work it out quick because they about to make a change. So we were talking about we're gonna kind of go down the list of our coaches. But yeah, we got to have guys with some experience. All right, go ahead, Street. What you were talking about?
This is what I want to talk about, man. I want everybody to take a snapshot of how good James Williams is, how good Cam Kitchens is, right? How the fire that they play with, right? I told a coach on the staff that, listen, man, y'all didn't do that. Northwestern, Gwen Cherry, Bunch Park, they did that. They put they put that fire, that winning. They coached those kids hard all their life. They were delivered to y'all like that. I want y'all to take a snapshot of how these kids play now, right? Mm-hmm. And then how they play 10 games down the line. If it keeps being a yard short, Sam Howell running me over because I'm a yard slower. I'm behind because I was positioned wrong. Tracy Howard talked about it. When I got here, I was ready to go. We used to lose, and I hate losing. These dudes used to go party after losses. Man, after a couple of years, I was partying too. So let's not forget how good James and Cam them showed up, right? And let's see what James and Cam and George and Romello Brinson, let's see what they are 2 years from now. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they'll ignite the team. Maybe they are big enough leaders to ignite the team and get people to rally behind them. Or it'll be like our linebackers were. Boy, we was excited about them 3 linebackers, wasn't we? One of them still on the team. We was fired up about them freshman linebackers. Bro, listen, as fans, sometimes it's almost like the Men in the Black dude show up at y'all house and he just spray y'all in the face. The season started, y'all like, well, we going undefeated. Look at the schedule. We only losing to Bama. We got Pittsburgh. We got North Carolina. Oh, we got Appalachian State, man.
I'm telling you, I didn't even give
when Will Smith come out. When Will Smith come out with the spray, I lock my door. I done seen it too many times, bro.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I may have, and y'all could go back and tell me if I'm lying. I don't know if I made a schedule prediction. If I did, I know, and I think I may have made one. I may have, right? But I don't know if I made it. I don't know. I may have, but I'm gonna tell you this. I know I did. I can't remember what it is. I'm gonna tell you why I did. I know I remember now. And the reason I know I made one because I'm looking at what is coming back, right? Not that what we lost. I'm like, bro, we only lost 3. Think about this. This has happened nowhere in college football. We bringing back 19 of the 22 starters?
Yeah.
Or 19 of the 22 starters. We are bringing back.
Right.
And we look like this, dog?
Don't feel bad, dog. ESPN had us favored in every game except Alabama preseason. The computer, not the talking heads. The computer had us favored in every game outside of Alabama. You know why? Because on paper, motherfucker, we are favored. The only thing that's happening with these kids is they're not winning with them. That's the only thing that's not happening with these kids. They're not winning with them, dog. They're going to the NFL. They're coming in at a high rate. The only thing ain't happening, they're not winning with them.
So how many players we got in the NFL? Hold on. How many players do we have in the NFL, Street, if you know, within the last 4 years? Do you know how many players Miami has?
Last 5 years, 28 players in the NFL. The most in the ACC. Clemson got 27. What do you say to that? What do you say to that? Shout out to Edge, big dog. If y'all trying to get involved with investing, holla at your boy, man. 786-405-9499. What do you say to that? What do you say to that? 28 players in the NFL. Listen, bro, I can run it down. I can go all the way to 15 years. 15 years, we've been in the top 11 in the nation putting players in the NFL top 1, 2, or 3 in the ACC the last 15 years. Miami can still win a national championship, though. Miami can still win. The players are here. It's almost astounding how the administration has shot itself in the foot when it comes to putting a staff together. You know how bad you got to behave? That's like going to the plate and just swinging with your eyes closed every time. Boy, we gonna get it this time.
Streeter, check this out. In the chat, I want a yes or no. You can put wire in, yes or no. I don't care how you do it. We were talking about this offline before the game started. And I was talking about talent for talent. And I said, if this group of guys, being the Hurricanes, just say that group of guys, you know how it is back in Miami, we used to play different blocks, right? If you was on this block, you played the dudes from the other. I remember, boy, we got on bikes and rode all the way right by Top Value, all the way to New Orleans. We rode bikes from Top Value off 183rd Street all the way to New Orleans to play a game. My homeboy done sprained his ankle. That boy rode a bike with one pedal because he had to put his foot up from New Orleans. That's 7th Avenue all the way to 47th Avenue. That dude rode 4 miles pushing one pedal going around on one foot because his foot was sprained. But anyway,
man, we was hungry, man.
Listen, I would have left that bike right there and jumped on the 83, but that's me. But anyway, listen, if those group of guys, say Miami, when it played a sandlot game, no coaches, you know how they did the Turkey Bowl, we go play against North Carolina. Do you think we would win that game?
Sandlot.
Yeah, like that group of them group of guys that say that starting 11 against they starting 11.
Bash them people facing. Bash them people facing. The only way they could beat us is because the rules of football. That's the only way they could beat it, because the way football is set up, and it gives the smart person, the person who can plan, an advantage. Bash they face in. Iowa, number 2 team in the nation. We'll blow them out in a pickup game. We'll go.
Did they lose? Did they lose?
They lost to Purdue, yeah.
Purdue, and this was
listen, 24-7 too. They
fuck this shit. I'm out, dog.
Number 2 team in the nation. Shout out, man. Coach A is mad, man. You can sip on some Hennessy, man. But listen, bro. It's evident what it is. The only reason we could blame players is because we watch the players on TV make the mistakes and their names are on the back. You know what I'm saying? That's the only reason we could blame the players. But I'm here to tell you, dog, it's leadership.
I'm out.
Hey, he's gone. It's leadership, dog. It's leadership and it's the system. And when I say coaching, I'm not saying T-Rob can't coach. My boy DVD, if DVD was at Clemson or somewhere, he probably the recruiter of the year. You know what I'm saying? He probably the recruiter of the year. I'm not saying these guys can't coach. What I'm saying is that, like Luke said, when he went to Alabama, when he took some players to Alabama, he looked around in Nick Saban's office and he saw on the wall they had our coaching staff broke down versus their coaching staff. And he said that's when he realized that, holy crap, we got babies coaching against fucking wizards. like we got babies coaching against wizards. Not taking anything away from none of them guys. Aristide hits the recruiting trail like a mug. I know on them. DVD, T-Rob has his pedigree, and T-Rob and DVD, they recruiting every position. We're not saying that the coaches can't coach. What we're saying is when you put the staff together, man, Maryland has Ron Zook on their staff. I don't know if we have anybody. I don't know if we have anybody with the pedigree of Ron Zook.
But here's the thing. Hold on. Here's the thing. They got, and I understand it's a different system there. They got Charlie Strong over there. They got all these coaches, right? All these analysts. Cool. Right. We got Bob Shoot. And what he doing? I still don't know his role. I don't care about that junk he said. I do whatever Manny Diaz tells me to do.
Everything, man. He was clicking.
Oh, that boy cut off. He got so fired up. That boy so fired up. He left the chat. I'm glad I'm back, man. I'm hot. He'll be right back on. Where's Charlie Strong? Charlie Strong is an analyst at Alabama. That's what Charlie Strong is right now. bro. You gonna tell me Purdue can come up and beat the number 2 team in the country? Purdue can come in and beat the number 2 team in the country. This is why I love college football, because ain't nobody ever safe. That's another reason why I love college football. I really do. I have to really say that. You got so fired up, you hit the wrong button, huh? Look at
I
you.
went and clicked out the thing, but they finally emailed me the stats, dog. The final game stats. They emailed me the whole in-depth final game stat. What stat you want to know, Taze? Which stat, as a coach, which stat tells us how the game went?
The win and loss.
the win and loss column.
That's all I need to know. I don't need to know nothing else.
First downs. They
What else
had
I need to
30.
know?
Listen, first downs. We had 30. They had 23.
I pulled up the box score already. It was close. It was 5 point. Listen, 5.2 yards a play, and 5.3. I mean, it was close. But what I'm trying to say is those 3 points come down to coaching, and it wasn't lost in that last series, right? We can say that, but as it comes to coaching, you understand? As it comes to coaching, that's what it comes down to. But man, I'm about to get up out of here, man.
Let's roll.
Listen, bro, this is
you
like
go get a massage or something.
Nah, boy. Listen, bro. I'm glad I ain't. Nah, I'm glad I ain't. Man, Streeter, leave me alone.
That boy got up here and walked up out of that thing. that boy got up and walked up out of that thing. Looking like Opie, get up out of here. Man, I'm out of here, man. Out of here, man. dog, it's frustrating. But when I became the media, I was able to deal with it a little better.
No, I'm hot about the loss. I'm heated about the players. I would never get over that, because at the end of the day, I'm always gonna be about the. And I know we don't hold on, like I'm about the kids. Right. I gotta give them their best. That's why I'm here. That's why they call me coach. You got to take that word serious, dog.
Right.
That's like being called mommy and daddy, dog.
We know.
A lot of people don't.
We know what they go back to, because we know what they go back to. We know when they fail, like what they go back to. Some of them been lollygagging around and wasn't even paying attention to their degree. Like it was like, nah, man, I was destined to go to the NFL. I'm Mark Pope. What the hell y'all talking about? You know what I'm saying?
And now that man gonna be an enterprise rental car or something. Like, and my thing ain't nothing wrong with that. But what I'm saying is, while you're here, and again, the business piece of it, that's why I go back to that family stuff. There is a business aspect. But even within that business aspect, I'm still gonna give you the most I can. Now you got to give me something too to work with. So you got to give me some clay to mold. But you know, if you're just a third string dude, you're just a third string dude. But it is what it is. But what I'm saying is, when I got talent here, and I'm not getting the best out of them, that's worrisome, dog.
Yeah, 15 years we're first. 15 years we're first in the Coastal. I had to take it down to the Coastal. I don't even do the ACC no more.
Like we cut the conference in half, dog. We got to cut the conference in half. Listen to what you just said. You have to cut the conference in half so we sound more relevant than we really are. Think about what you just said. I'm talking about the Coastal so we can sound more relevant, because the number, see, that's why numbers lie, right? That's like me saying, yeah, boy, we moved the ball on the first drive. But if I just say, hey, we moved the ball, what I'm saying is all on how you ask the question. Yeah. So what people are doing now is think about our standard. And I even said it with Mel Bratton and Lonzo and Lamar and those guys. We've dropped our standards so low till we just want to win the Coastal. We just want to win the Coastal. We don't even want to win the conference. We want to win half the conference so we could be in the game. And if we lose it, I'm okay with that. But yet we still got number 2 team, the number 2 talented team in the conference. But we're okay with winning the Coastal or getting to the Coastal.
Where do you think Miami ranked in defense? Where do you think Miami ranked in defense?
I don't even care, dog. Probably in the 80s.
Number 92, look like it. Number 92. Scoring offense, let's see. Points per game or yards per game? Points per game. Let's see. Remind me, rank. I don't
20.
think points.
Oh, what ranking? I thought you meant how many points. I don't know, man. I don't even care. All I'm saying is at the end of the day, give the
We
kids
number
the
100, though. We number 100 in points per game.
and bro, it's only 100. Check this out. It's 122, 130 teams, and we 100. And what are those other 30 teams?
You want me to read out the other 30 teams?
No, dog.
Let's go. Washington State. Temple.
Listen, man.
Listen, Temple. We got the better coach. Temple.
Big shout out to Chug Mobile for the $5. I had to go ahead and mute my dog because I love him so much. The problem is Manny Diaz won't listen to anyone like Street. It is his way or the highway. He refuses to admit his way doesn't work. You know I just mess with you, man. Big shout out to Chug Mobile. Hold on, Chug.
The problem with Manny Diaz, he won't listen to you when he's way or the highway. He's refusing to admit his way doesn't work. But
Ellen, the producer. Street, real quick. I want you to introduce you to my producer right there, Ellen. She's the producer of the show now.
She the producer. What she do?
Produce. Come on. Give me thumbs up.
She producing. I'm good with it.
She produced more than Manny Diaz.
She producing. I'm good with it.
She produced more than Manny Diaz and Ray Lashley. Anyway, listen, we got 558 in the chat. Y'all boy and ladies, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. We about to get up out of here. I got more games to watch. I got my fantasy league going on. Man, that's right. They're crazy. Having fun with it. But anyway, man, we out of here. Love y'all. Street. You got anything to say, man? Tell them about your investment and stuff, man. Oh, matter of fact, he invested $12.80 for me that I got off his show. And believe this guy in Bitcoin. And it's up to $12.83 right now.
Listen, but real talk, I'm gonna give y'all a real quick one. When you invested that $12.80, Bitcoin was at 30,000. I do whatever coach tells me to do, but it's getting crazy. When you Bitcoin was at 30,000, big homie. A real quick lesson for everybody. Bitcoin today is at 60,000. That's 100% on your money, big dog.
So if I put $100 in, how much would I have? 200?
It went up. No, it flipped. Basically, it went from 30,000 to 60,000.
I know, but so what I'm saying, if I invested $100 in Bitcoin, how much would that be for me today? At 30,000, how much would that have been for me today at 60,000?
You have $200.
That's what I'm saying. So it went up $100.
$100 when it was 30, because you put the 12, then you have $200.
And how long did that take from 30 to 60?
That was maybe a month.
30 days. Wow, I love it. I'm going to talk to you for real, man. But anyway, listen, we got about to get up out of here. I got a headache. I'm finna go. Me and my homeboy Jack finna box it out right quick. me and Jack finna get it in. You know, Coach got them hands, boy.
I'm gonna go take a swig of Jack just for you, man.
Man, I'm hot, dog.
I thought we was about to win that game, fool. I thought we was about to win Virginia too. I walked out the stadium thinking we were about to win.
I was in here shaking like booty meat, dog. I was so nervous. I was nervous, bro. But anyway,
right, man, get out of here, dog.
We out of here, dog. Appreciate y'all. Thank y'all. As always, check out the WREs. We drop them every day, Monday through Friday, as well as we'll be here next week. We're looking to do something big in Tallahassee. Stay tuned. I don't know. We're working on it. But we may be doing something big in Tallahassee for the Florida State game. I'm still a Cane till I die because I'm such a true Cane. I could talk the way I talk about them boys.
So listen to Witter. I gave him Witter. I gave him the lesson, but 786-405-9499 if they want to get me. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all know, go to his channel. Y'all know Footballville. Go to his channel, get all the information. You put it in the description and stuff, right? All right, cool.
Yeah.
All right. We out of here. Again, Alex Tabio, our sponsor for the night, man. Thank you very much. Big Cane fan, 305-205-1697 for all of your home needs when it comes to financing, VA loans, VHA loans, all of that kind of stuff. Hit him up. His information as well is in the description. Also, we're gonna try and work on trying to do a show about who do we think may be the next coach coming up. May have maybe a list or whatever. I think me and Holson kind of worked on talking about that a little bit. But anyway, with all that being said, thank you guys for following us, checking us out, man. We had a lot of people in the chat really enjoy these things. Like I said, I am hot about the loss, but I'm heated about the players. I want our players to get the best. They deserve the best. They from the crib, right? We represent them from the crib. We want them to have the best. So when they go to the NFL or wherever they go in life, they'll be even better. You understand what I'm saying? And that's my goal in this whole thing. So with all that being said, thank you guys very much. I appreciate it. We out of here, and Solo D gonna take us out because there's some Canes over here.
Kang gang, 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 Kang gang. You see him in orange and green? That's Kang gang. You ready for Storm 18? That's Kang gang. Kang gang, 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 Kang gang. You see him in orange and green? That's Kang gang. You ready for Storm 18? That's Kang gang. Kang gang. Rep since a juvenile, I be where they throwing up using crowds. You know how that school get down, not taking no L's, we ain't losing now. Don't get it confused right now, I represent making these music sounds. They play me when they study in their dorm room, request me an Uber now. I be screaming Kang gang, across the world they be screaming out the same thing. We first to arrive and last to leave, we filling the sense of capacity. You know I won't change while you asking me, be throwing this you to the casket deep. Be all on the field like Sebastian B. Rockin' Canes well, I'm a fashion freak. Look, I be staying live on pipe down. Ass down life, it's a lifestyle. Ain't like the other schools, don't confuse us. We the only ones that really throw the U up. But Canes fam turned up where you find me. Hit hard like I seen it go to Shanti. Try to reach a man D, they remind me that them Canes right back in they prime. Screaming out, Kang gang, Kang gang, Kang gang, Kang gang, Kang gang, Kang gang, Kang gang. You see him in orange and green? That's Kang gang. You ready for Storm 18? That's Kang gang. Kang gang, 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 Kang gang. You see him in orange and green? That's Kang gang. You ready for Storm 18? That's Kang gang. That's Kang gang. That's Kang gang.
So low, so low, so low, deep. So low, so low, so low, deep.
CWA. Kang gang.